Fresh hot coffee, ain't hot long. Part of what makes so much sense about my life right now is that I do have these dreams, and it's not just about music. It's about being home more, being around my family and my friends. I've been revving the RPMs pretty high for a lot of years. Once I so-called pulled the car over to the side of the road and decided which way I was going to point it next, that's when Shooter called.
Jake drew me to the project because he wrote me on Instagram.
I saw him post something from Snake Mountain, which was, Sunset Sound out there, his new place.
He said, I want to make a honky tonk record. Where do I apply?
Having Shooter say, dude, come on out here, let's make a honky tonk record. I was like, yes. Kind of wild, when everybody's getting out of LA. We were all going there.
The fires were going on in LA, and we knew that, and we were getting ready to come out there, and it was like, flying into LA through a big old cloud of smoke.
I can't believe I'm leaving Tennessee, the place I moved to with dreams that started getting faded away.
Kind of got an old Waylon song. Or is that going to be weird?
He goes, what song I would love you to do? I want to send him the drum roll. Well, send. What's it? Down dusty Dixie Road. Shooter talked about, hey man, we could cut some cover songs if you want. He's like, my dad always would write a couple songs on an album, but most of his songs were all songs written by other people.
I listened to this series of Hank Jr. records for 30 years that I really, fell in love with, and we talked about it. So
you're talking about the time when Hank, made Feeling Better and all that, he fucking moved back to Alabama, got out because it had to. It was it was what made him feel better. And I was thinking about this for me too in the same way. So it's
I moved on down to Sweet Home Alabama in 1974.
I can see why when I look back and hear Hank Jr. say, moved on down to Sweet Home Alabama back in 1974 because I had to get out of Music City and I had to get off the road. My woman, she left and the people wouldn't let me sing nothing but them old sad songs. I had to get high so I wouldn't cry. It hit pretty close to haunt. I wanted to kind of parallel that storyline that Hank told in Feeling Better. So it kind of started the record off with Dreams to Dream. For me, part of the beauty of the album is including people in my life that I love. And Kendall Marvel, I love the guy.
After we wrote Dreams to Dream, it started taking shape.
It kind of fell out as far as the song title.
I think he might have just said in passing, I've been successful and I'm proud of my work, but I've still got dreams. There's things I want to do.
All I lost along the way, I came to find out here. The Shooter and a 5.
I love the line, ain't doing it for the money, ain't doing it for the fame.
We ain't doing it for the money, ain't doing it for the fame.
It's I just want to make a piece of art that I'm proud of that's going to turn heads that normally would not look at me.
That same feeling that I had when I moved to Nashville was the same feeling I had when I went to LA. I was excited. I knew what I was going to do, but I didn't know the people I was going to do it with. And sometimes when you just trust your instincts and believe in the positive, positive things happen. I definitely am guilty of a lot of things that have caused, the decline of of my love life. But I also feel like I've tried.
Wish I had me a true fine woman. Let her rock me.
I wish I had me a true fine woman. I'd let her rock me all night long. Maybe we could get together like people do in those old love songs. The lyrics of the song are so ironically like where my world is.
Like people do in them old love songs.
I had an idea for a long, extended intro, especially after Dreams to Dream. Something that kind of gets you in a, riding on the range, Western kind of, here's the start of the story. This will be my favorite part of the record. Oh yeah. Like this will be like my favorite part into it.
Pretty good.
That was
Try a different one.
I don't know, it's pretty fucking awesome. Like I was just saying, I want you.
Wish I had me a true fine woman.
It's easy to play on something that you really like listening to. I mean, that's one of my favorite Waylon songs.
I just always loved Leroy Powell as a solo artist. Not just, he played with Shooter for years.
It's been 20 years since we had that band. When he got excited about working on this Jake thing, it made me excited about it.
I didn't really know the story until I got with Shooter. Shooter said, hey dude, I don't know if you know this or not, but Leroy and I haven't worked together in a long time, so this is kind of cool that you're kind of bringing us all back together. And
That really was the missing piece. It was so cool that Jake had the idea to bring in my longtime collaborator.
Leroy showed up and was like, hope you don't mind, man, I brought my harps, my harmonicas. And I was like, yeah, man. And he just rolled them out.
His choice of adding Leroy and having Leroy come in, that was so killer, and it just sent me to the moon. I was like, gosh, like I had put like a glass ceiling on it a little bit that Leroy broke through, that really kind of changed the palette.
I said, play on anything and everything.
Really didn't give a shit about nothing else. I just was going straight for the song and the vibe of the song, and that's what happened, for better or worse.
And what's weird is even that song, the Waylon song, is saying that too. It's like, man, one day, like I'm longing for like a true fine woman. I want what's real. Yeah. I want the reality of this, not the smoke and mirrors of it all. Yeah. So anyways, there's a lot of like honesty and truth that kind of like
it's a 10-pound story in a 2-pound bag, you know what I mean?
They've got a business that they spend a while coming by.
Yeah.
It's been a long uphill climb.
I've gone through things that I would not want to necessarily go through again, but it takes time and energy and effort to kind of navigate your way through that.
Well, today he traded his big 98 Oldsmobile. He got a heck of a
1968. Oh, Mr. Bojangles. Jerry Lee Lewis. Sonny Throckmorton. Is that who wrote it? The Sonny Throckmorton? Yeah.
Well, he ain't wearing his usual gray business.
When you said the old Jerry Lee song, the Middle-Aged Crazy, yeah, I was like, damn, it takes balls to cover that song. Because, I mean, that's a brutal song. That's but it's funny. It's so funny.
And today, he's 40 years old, going on 20.
I feel like the 23-year-old kid that I was when I moved to Nashville 20 years later. Like, I'm 43. It's crazy. 20 years later, you don't think like 20 years later you're gonna wake up and you're middle-aged crazy. But you are. I've gone through a divorce, a recent separation of a long-term relationship. And so in those moments you can feel like, man, what am I doing? Is it the career that's taking me away from what's important? it just feels real. It feels like
He was in a pretty lonely place, and I feel like he wanted to get that out of his system, and the only way to get it out of his system was through songs.
it's the first time I just feel like I guess I've lived enough life now, and I've gone through enough ups and downs that what you're hearing really is the truth, you know? Like there's really no hiding it. Maybe that's why it's been hard for me to face it.
You know, Jake is, he's not super impressed with himself, I don't think. And everybody around here just treats him like a dude that lives in the town. And I think he likes that, being able to just be a normal guy that's coming for pizza or come for coffee or something.
He has great hair. Everybody compliments him on that.
Amy and her husband Cole, who's in my band actually out on the road, they own the coffee shop and the local pizza place here, which is, I mean, the type of community that they've built in this town. And, you know, since I moved to Kingston Springs years ago, they kind of wrap their arms around me, as they do with everyone. There's days I dream of just like flipping a burger here. Like I want to just like say hey to the locals. I want to be a part of the community more. You know, there's days where I'm like, today is one of those days I wish I worked in a hardware store, you know.
Everything in this life's temporary. There ain't nothing ours to lose. So when it comes down to this old boy's heart, I promise I'll be a long time loving you.
At the end of a few weeks of being in LA and eating at Dan Tana's every few nights, and I was sitting there, I was like, something's gotta be said still. Like I haven't fully rounded out this album, and I was like, we're getting out of here, man. We're in my mind, like we're leaving LA, and I think we did what we came to do.
Y'all should powwow in that room whenever we're cutting. You can turn off all those things and be, you know, or in jail.
You can say, so long, LA, so long. Sign on. Then do it. So long, LA, so long. Sign our old spin.
We came to do, we got it done. We got it done. So long, LA, so long.
You know, see you later, Sunset Strip. You were one hell of a trip.
I got a brand new fire burning in my soul. And a record in my pocket full of solid gold.
I love that.
Or brought back a record.
I love that.
So long, LA, so long, so
Yeah.
adios, boys, it's been fun. What we came to do, we got it done. So long, LA, so long,
So Long LA Song and the Dream Dream are such a special thing. Like on my dad's records, he would write like 1, 2, 3 songs, but they would be like so instrumental in what the message of the record was.
Dreams to Dream. We got So Long LA, they're perfect bookends, you know, and we already had all these great songs to go in the middle of all that. We just didn't have an ending. So the last day we write the ending to this record, and we all sing on it and play on it, and it was, that was a pretty special moment.
hello, Nashville,
I think it feels safe for him to make a vulnerable record with people that he knows care about him in the studio with him. You know, that I think that it comes out in the confidence, like the way he's singing on this record.
and a record in my pocket full of solid gold.
We're gonna let him do the first line, then we're gonna come in. Okay, let's fucking do it. Let's roll. Get that off me.
So long, LA, so long, son.
In a weird way, I think that's what this whole record was about for me, unknowingly. Just like bringing people together that you didn't expect to make music with. Dreams to Dream is like, hey man, I've been down, I've been knocked down, but I'm about to get back up, and I still got dreams to dream. I'm still the kid that moved to Nashville